pussycat. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emma Cownley. I'm a freelance copywriter and blogger, and today I'm going to be telling you why you cannot, as a freelancer of any kind, survive without other freelancers. Okay, you can survive, like you're not gonna fucking die or anything. What I mean is that your business and your mental health will not be as good as it would if you were engaged with community. So today I'm going to go through all of the really important benefits that I have taken away from engaging with other freelancers. Some of them are probably going to be a little bit out of the left field. Before I begin, I'd ask that you hit the like button and subscribe if at any point you find yourself starting to enjoy this video content or take away something useful and valuable from it. I'm also now on Ko-fi, so if you would like to buy me a coffee, you can. I've popped the link in the description box below. If you want to say thanks, if you found these videos useful, if you're a long-time subscriber, if you've managed to get work and get clients by doing any of the tips that I've taught you, or found a nice sense of kinship here on the channel, you can now do something nice back for me by buying me a coffee. This is one of my favourite cups. If you can buy it in this cup, that would be great. I like a double espresso is my favourite. Just kidding. But yeah, link is in the description box below, and you can find it from now on. It will be in all of my videos, so you'll have the opportunity to do something nice for me if you want to. But likes and subscribes are free if you feel like you want to do something nice. Reciprocity. Okay, so let's clear one thing up right off the bat, straight away. Smash that misconception right out of here. Take it off the table, kill it dead. If you're a new freelancer, you might be under the impression that other freelancers are your competition. You have to beat them down, win out above all of them to make a profitable business, to make a distinguishable brand, to be successful. You must beat those guys like Battle Royale. You need to survive until the very end, taking each of your competitors out in a new and ruthless and very, very imaginative way until you're the last man standing. That analogy definitely went too far and carried on for far too long. You get the picture. I'm here to tell you that that's not necessary. Don't do that.
Stop it.
The biggest, most groundbreaking lesson that I learned as a freelancer, well, okay, top 3, is that other freelancers are absolutely not your competition. I've said it here on this channel many, many times. I'm going to say it again today. Freelancers are not your competition. In fact, they're probably your best friends, closest colleagues, and biggest cheerleaders. So let's just clear that up straight away. I'm going to tell you today exactly how I build my business through the freelance community and how I give back to them, how they give back to me, how you can start getting involved in the mix, shaking things up. So let's get started. Number 1, referrals. When I looked at my business last year in the pandemic and I was trying to figure out, well, where are all my best clients coming from? And how can I redirect my business development energy toward those channels to kind of maximize my outcome. Cold pitching was the first excellent way that I've managed to get new clients and build a business. And the second was referrals from other freelancers. When I think back on all of the really good jobs and really great clients that I've had over the last however many years of freelancing, over half of them have been referrals from other freelance writers in my community. So, how do you like them apples? If you're approached by a potential client that's not anywhere near your niche of specialism and they're wanting to work with you, well, that job's not right for me, but I know a handful of tech writers or health writers or, business writers. I can put you in touch. They're much better suited to the job. I just don't have the knowledge or the expertise. And that's why it's also really great for you to be thinking about your brand and whether or not you specialize and the types of jobs that you like to do. You can start to kind of reiterate that within your community. You get a name for yourself. And then when somebody comes to... Oh, hello. What's going on here? So when somebody comes to you and they're way outside your specialism, you've got somewhere to send them. So it's always really handy What was I fucking saying? Thanks, MacBook. It's tit for tat is what I'm saying. I'm able to refer jobs that aren't right for me, or if my workload is too big, I receive those referrals from others, and it's really helpful. If you wanted double plus bonus points on top of that, I do know a group of freelance women who have their own little referral circle, if you will, and they pay each other referral fees, like a 10% fee. So if I've referred Sarah the work and she wins it, I get 10% of her overall earnings, and vice versa. So I'm earning something for referring other people, and we're all kind of benefiting off of each other. And that's a really nice way to increase your income. Even though you're not necessarily getting the work for yourself, you're still earning from it. So you could set something like that up with a circle of trusted, vetted freelancers, where you will kind of make an agreement with one another and get something maybe in writing and get it finalised, and kind of get each other's financial details, and so you can just pay those invoices yourself. You need to trust the people though. Make sure that you're like this, you know? The next biggest benefit to having a freelance community around you is the advice. It is solid fucking gold. Now, I may come on this YouTube channel and act like the big I am all the time, the Billy Big Bollocks of the situation. Of course I'm not. I run into problems all the fucking time, situations that I've never had to deal with before, tricky client problems, when I'm stuck on a job or something and I don't know where to go creatively. Head to those freelance communities, ask the question. I get a ton of replies. People who are just going out of their way to help me, to give advice. They've been there before. Have you tried this? Have you tried that? Look at this resource here, etc., etc. It's also really great to get those external opinions from people, because sometimes when you've got a problem, you get stuck inside your own head and you tend to overthink. And so when you have that external voice, it's really helpful. And also that voice is coming from somebody else who understands your position, because they themselves are freelance business owners as well. It doesn't make you look weak to ask questions or have problems, because when you start to become involved in these communities, you're seeing it all the time from everyone. Everyone is having these conversations with each other. That nobody's going to think any less of you for asking a question or wanting help. It's all about reciprocity in those communities, and it's a constant dialogue. It's not just you having to pipe up out of the blue with a problem. We're always chatting about shit like that all the time, so useful. Outsourcing. I haven't personally done this, but I know that a lot of writers do. When you've taken on way too much, oversubscribed yourself, didn't realise that you weren't gonna make it work, you can always contact a trusted person within your freelance community, outsource the work to them. They're going to be happy to get a little bit of extra work, and you're going to look awesome in front of the client. And again, as with the referrals, the same works in reverse. You could help somebody else out on a job and get a little bit of something for that, and kind of in the process, you're collaborating with another creative, which is always just, I love the opportunity to collaborate with with designers, web designers, writers, other writers. It's great, and it really kind of fuels your own creativity. So if you can get into a situation where you're kind of outsourcing with people and working with people, it can be really good. And also it takes the pressure off. And because you're around these people all the time, you see their work a lot, you see their writing, you hear about their work ethic in the conversations that you're having. You have, in a sense, through kind of a social context, vetted that writer. You know they're safe to pass on to your clients or to work with on your own client work, because you know they're fucking sound. They're sound as a pound, and you know it for a fact. You're not having to go out into the big wide internet and find a stranger to work with, which can be kind of dodgy because you don't know what they're like and you're putting your reputation in their hands. These are people that you know, and if they make you look like a knobhead, then you have the right to do this. Next most important benefit, and when you hear this you're going to be like, oh yeah, but trust me, so important, fending off loneliness. Oh my God. If before the pandemic, this was a bigger issue, I will say. I worked here completely alone in this room all day long. Some days, if I didn't go out for my lunchtime walk, I would not see anybody all day long. Wouldn't talk to anyone all day long. Wouldn't see another person all day long. If that happened for a series of days in a row, because I was on a big project, I wouldn't go outside. I wouldn't see anyone. I would be in a little bubble by myself. And even if you're a lone wolf type, too much time spent like this is not good for you. So having access to a community like that is kind of like gives you those little water cooler, making a tea in the kitchen type environment where whenever you would in real life in an office go up and make a tea in the kitchen or go for a wee or visit someone's desk to ask a question, you get those little micro interactions which kind of like enrich your day and make you feel a bit more connected to, you know, to the culture of your work, which is really important. And as freelancers, our culture is online. Our colleagues are all on the internet. So if you want to have those micro moments, you take yourself off to Discord or Slack or Twitter or Facebook and you head into the community and you're like, hey guys, what's going on today? Like, what's the goss? Like, what's everyone doing? What's everyone watching? It's those little moments, you know? Is it just me or is everyone fucking driving past my house right now? As if you've got somewhere to be. We're in a pandemic. So those little chat moments can come from kind of Slack, Discord, Facebook, kind of groups that you're in, but also there are several freelance chats that happen on Twitter on a weekly basis. The one I'm part of is called Content Club UK and it takes place every Tuesday at 11 a.m. and whoever's the host will ask a series of 3 questions and then everybody from the content community gets involved by replying with the hashtag and answering the question and kind of chatting and bantering with people on the things that they've answered and stuff, and it's a nice discussion. You learn lots of new things, you meet lots of new people, and it's really a good time. It's a nice little moment, and you learn a lot. So maybe recommend something like that. So the final benefit is that liaising with other freelancers in your community exposes you to new ways of working. Some of the tips I've shared on this channel over the years have come directly from those other writers. They've blown my mind with their wicked cool processes and ideas. They look at things in a different way to me. They've got systems set up in place that I don't have. And I've just thought, game changer. Saves me time within my business, and when you're freelance, time is money. So if I can save more time, I can make more money. So really things like having email scripts for different situations that pop up, like a new prospect client or turning someone down or accepting a job or setting up a call, things like that, proposal templates that people are using and different systems that they've got for that, contracts that people are using and caveats that they put on their invoices to protect against this or that, questions that they ask on chemistry calls or workshops that they run to figure out different things. Loads of different things that I was just like, how have I never figured this out on my own? And that's the thing. When you're freelance, you're learning as you go, right? So any mistake you make, if you don't learn from it, you're going to make that mistake 1,000 times because you're the only one that's in charge here. Every system, every process, it's down to you to set that shit up, use it, reinforce it, protect it. And really, most of us are just making it up as we go along, right? I know I am. So if I can hear from another writer how they do things, I'm able to kind of assess my own setup and think about what might work better. The things I've learned. Okay, so now that I've talked about the benefits of the freelance community, where the fuck do you go to find these people? I've got you covered, as always. So the first most obvious thing, and you're going to be able to do this a lot more now that pandemic restrictions are loosening, is to network. I've met a lot of incredible writers and great friends out networking with them. I just search free events in my area and it really has paid dividends. I've gotten quite a few jobs from going to events like Copywriters Unite. I've actually been hired off of the back of that a few times, and even won my first magazine pitch by going along to there, which was a goal that I had way back in the beginning of my business. And I got it through networking. So get yourself out there, meet some people, get yourself known. Don't forget to take your business cards with you. And then obviously once you've met new people, you add them on LinkedIn or Twitter or whatever, and you start kind of keeping in touch, chatting with them, going to the same events again, establishing relationships. My next point, Twitter chats. Find yourself a Twitter chat. I know that here in the UK we have Freelance Heroes and we have Content Club UK, of which I am a host. They're really, really great for meeting people, learning new things, forging those relationships and getting involved with your community. Then I would recommend something like alliances or groups, like official things, like Pro Copywriters, of which I am an elite member. I don't know what the actual term is. It's not elite member, but like high up member. Also, the Female Copywriters Alliance, of which I am a member. That has been incredibly beneficial and useful for me, and it has only just been set up. And I'm pretty sure you can join from all over the world. So I'll include the details for you below. If you are identifying as a female and would like to become part of that community, I'd strongly recommend it. All femmes welcome. You can also join a writing challenge. There are a lot of these scattered across the internet, but my personal favourite is by my good friend Ed Callow, who does Write 52, where you write one blog post a week for 52 weeks of the year. Very simple, very nice, very fresh. It's a way to hold yourself accountable, get yourself writing a bit more, and Ed compiles all of those posts into a weekly newsletter that he sends out, and so you're kind of getting a bit more exposure, getting more traffic to your site, making new friends, getting involved in a community. If you want something a little bit more hands-off, Write 52 is the way to go. Links in the description box below. And finally, you can just join a Facebook group. Some people have set up kind of Slack groups and Discord groups, but you're probably going to need to get involved with a Facebook group or a Twitter chat or something first to establish those relationships, to then be invited into the inner fold, wherever that may be. So I would just recommend heading to Facebook, doing a little search, like, I don't know, wherever you live, like copywriters in Manchester or something, and join the community, get chatting, make some friends, make yourself known. I think that's probably one of the easiest ways to do it. And there we go. That is why you should be getting involved with the freelance community as a newbie, or even if you've been going for quite some years and didn't realise that the freelance community was quite so active and involved with one another. We fucking are. If you've been freelance for a while and you're not involved, come in, mate, join the party. Everyone's welcome. We love chatting to new writers. So find your people and get involved, because the benefits, as I've shown here, are myriad. If you have any questions about anything I have mentioned here today, leave me a comment below. If you disagree with anything or agree with anything, comment below. If you've got your own resources or benefits or anything that you want to add to what I've said, I want to hear about it. Fucking comment below. If this was useful to you here today, you can buy me a coffee or leave me a like. And if you want to hear more from me, you can find me on Twitter at EJ Camley. That's where I hang out mostly, especially when I'm procrastinating. I'll see you back here, same time, same place, in 2 weeks for more Kiss My A's. Take care and peace out. Oy vey, she was a long one. Half an hour. Oh my gosh.